coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. Boom, boom, boom. I appreciate the support. 33, man. 33 years of prison stories, man. We out here, we getting it. We getting it, man. We spreading that P, that positive energy, man. We pushing the P, man. Big love to everybody who support me, man. Big love to everybody who been rocking with me. Everybody who's been leaving comments. Everybody who's been over on Twitch. Everybody who comes over to the Morning Mud. All love, TBP Nation. Stand up, man. I've been trying to get back on track, man. Get these videos out to y'all. Get them, you know, to y'all every night. I know that's what you're used to. That's what I done got used to doing, man. But it's been a lot going on. I'm trying to expand. I'm trying to get back to the prison workout. I'm trying to get back to the purity listeners. I would like to have all three, you know, platforms, you know, playing at all times, man. You know, pushing out, content every week, man. So that's what I'm working on. So that takes a little time, man. But I'm definitely on top of it. I appreciate everybody who's patient, everybody who rock with me, everybody who come over there and mess with me on Instagram in the morning on the Morning Mud, man. I'm going to try to get the TikTok jumping, man. I want TBP Nation to be everywhere, man. Everywhere by 2024. I want it to be everywhere. I want y'all to represent it. I'm going to represent it. I want to try to get this merchandise out there where I can, you know, working with somebody that's going to help me distribute so I can get all this merch out there, man. I want y'all to wear the merch. I want y'all to represent the merch, man, and represent TBP Nation. So everybody who down with the movement, because make no mistake, it is a movement, not a moment. And I appreciate you. And I just want to take time to tell you that I appreciate you. Big love. Today, man, I just wanted to talk about the old boy, man, that I mentioned before. I just wanted to tell y'all about him, man, because he was, when I look back on it, one of the most unique characters I met, just because of the culture, you know, what he looked like and where he was from, and just the different dynamics of him, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about Sanchez, man. I brought Sanchez's name up before, probably in Augusta video, probably in Mecklenburg video. I was in a couple of institutions with him. But Sanchez was a black Cuban, right? Barely spoke English. You could barely understand what he's saying. You could barely understand you, you know. But and he was a big dude. You know what I'm saying? He was a big dude. Now, the thing about him was when I met him on Augusta, you know, he was, man, he was big, man. He was cut up. He was in shape. He dark skinned, man. I'm talking about, you know, tire dark. You know, like the tires like this. You know, he dark skinned. You know, he looked rough and rugged. You dig? And he was cut up though. He was in shape, probably about 220, 215 up in there. And he can box. He was on the Cuban boxing team. You know what I'm saying? So he had skills, man. He had mad skills, man. So, you know, we used to go there in the gym and stuff, all the dudes that box and stuff, and used to be sparring and hitting the bag and all of that type of stuff. And I remember when I first seen him, you know, working out, Sanchez would jump a rope. And he was getting it right. I'm like, okay. So I'm watching him. So then when the dude go over to him and talking to him, you know, asking him, you know, they gonna spar and stuff. So I watch him and I watch his style and everything, you know. And he a big dude, but he was sharp with it, you know. He had movement. You know what I'm saying? He stayed in the pocket with it, right? So I said, oh yeah, he ain't to be played with. You know what I'm saying? He ain't to be played with. And so that was my initiation on him, on meeting him and everything, man. So, you know, I used to see him on the yard jogging and working out, over there shaking out, doing, you know, jumping jacks, push-ups, pull-ups, you know, jogging the yard and everything. He was on his game during that time, right? He was really on his game. Now, I done seen Sanchez, you know, get into some altercations. I don't know what he was really into. I don't know. Speculation. I heard, he, get high every now and then, So I don't know. I think he might have gambled, because usually all altercations come from either gambling, or some drugs, mostly. Sometimes it's about respect. It's about somebody overstepping their bounds, somebody saying something they ain't got no business saying, doing something they ain't got no business doing. This in violation of what you gonna stand for. And for that, it's prices to be paid in penitentiary. You pay for everything. You pay for everything in penitentiary. It ain't nothing free. You know what I'm saying? Nothing, So when you're out of pocket, man, it's a price to pay. So I remember the first time I seen him in an altercation. It was on the yard, but I don't know what it was about. Like I said, we weren't in no circles like that. Over the years, later on, we was in good, speaking terms. I could, woo, overworked, overworked. So I could speak to him or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And he could barely, make out what I be saying and everything. But, but I remember seeing him on the yard one day. I was out there, man, and it was him and a couple of more of them, the Cuban dudes with him. I don't know if they was Cuban, Spanish, or whatever. They spoke the same language, you know what I'm saying? So they was over there with him, and they was arguing with the dude, and the dude was getting all whoop, whoop, whoop with him, man, and Sanchez was like, man, go, man, go, man, go, man, lead, man, and dude won't trying to go nowhere, and dude had decent size to him, too. So, man, the next thing you know, man, Sanchez, he pushed the other Cuban's dude back, and I see, dudes don't know, but I could see he getting in this little stance. He looked at him, and he said, what's up? What's up, man? What's up, man? And dude flinched at him. Worst thing he could have did, man. I'm saying Sanchez put the jab out there so fast, and caught it. Now, a jab with a glove hit right is the best punch in boxing because it sets up everything else. A jab with that bare knuckles to your bare face, man. Sometimes that's the fight right there. It's over. You know what I'm saying? The face ain't meant for that. So he popped him, snapped his head back, dude, stomach back and everything. He get up, and Sanchez was in it. And he came to him, and it was boom, boom, boom. Knocked him, slam out. Slam out. I'm talking about like sleep. I'm talking about hit the dirt like this. And he laying out there on the yard. You know what I'm saying? So the Cuban dudes is telling him, come on, let's go. So he's just looking at him, they pull him. He go on and walk around the Joe. Dude lay it out on the yard. He laid out on the yard, tell some dudes come off the court, help him up. He all groggy and everything and messed up. He don't even know what happened. The jump happened so fast, bang, bang, boom. It's over. You know what I'm saying? So this is my first impression of him. So I'm saying to myself, man, in my mind, this is what I was like, oh yeah, old black Cuban dude, he ain't to be played with. These dudes sleeping on. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't speak English, so they thinking that, you know what I'm saying, they could get over on him, or they could play with him, or they could say certain things, or, you know what I'm saying, he ain't really, you know what I'm saying, about that life. He about that life. You know what I'm saying? And Sanchez, man, it's just so many dynamics to him, man, because later on, like I told y'all in previous videos, I found out, whatever he be going through, when you locked up, man, you go through a lot, man, mentally, you go through a lot mentally as well as physically, but mentally, that's the battle, man. That's the real battle. And whatever battle he was going through, man, he'll get in these different moods, man, and he'll transform. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is he got the fighting that I did not see but heard about in the kitchen, right? And he punished the dude. I mean, they say he beat him, savagely. The police had to get him up off, and they say he was sitting in his chest and, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go all of that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man. So he got locked up. He stayed locked up a long time. Back when I was on Augusta, certain type of things you get in trouble for, like big stuff, they'll lock you up and they won't ship you. They'll just let you sit back there until they feel like it's time for you to, woo. Excuse me, man. Y'all gotta forgive me, man. I'm tired, man. But I'm trying to put this work in for y'all, man. I'm trying to put this work in. But they'll leave you back there, man, until they feel like, they good with you coming out. You know what I'm saying? So he stayed back there, man, for some months, man. Maybe 6-7 months. Man, when Sanchez came out that hole, man, I did not know who who Sanchez was. You did? I'm talking about at all. I looked right at him and I'm like, man, when he get on his compound, man, it's Sanchez. I said, what? Man, Sanchez went back there like 215, 220 solid, cut up, ripped up, six-pack, everything, shaking out every day. Walk, you know, he got one of them little, you'll know it if you know it. He got one of them little tiptoe walks where he walk, where you know, like this dude athletic, he knows something. It's a walk. You'll have to know it to know it. Athletes know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So, he come out, man, Sanchez weighing about 340. Yeah, y'all heard me right, about 340. I mean, he fat, his face fat, he fat. I mean, his clothes super tight. He like, and you know, I told you already, he dark skinned with them rugged features. I didn't know who he was, man. I'm looking at him, I'm like, man, that's Sanchez. Yeah, man, you know he been. I said, man, I thought he got trapped. He said, man, he been in the hole. You know what I'm saying? And other dudes who had knew him prior to me meeting him say he be like that sometimes. He gain a lot of weight and he'll be out of shape. And they say sometimes he be like that for years. And then they say you might run into him somewhere else. He back. He back. You know what I'm saying? You know, he back. But yeah, man, that just blew me. Because, you know, like I say, you got to understand, I'm at Augusta. I'm fresh in my bit. I'm within first couple of years of my bit. So all of this is new to me. Everything is new to me. Woo. Ooh, this gonna be a first in the video. This the yawn video. So, you know, I'm like, man, how can you gain all that weight like that? And I would never think that he can get back to what he was. You know what I'm saying? Because he seemed comfortable in that. You know what I'm saying? He walked around like that for a while. When I seen him, it said stay big. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, that's crazy. So later on down the line, when I run into him again, when I get in trouble, you know, the big Raymond thing, I get in trouble on Augusta. I end up on Mecklenburg. Sanchez is still on there. I told y'all he ended up getting into a thing with the police, and he punished the police. They say he beat him down the wall. Because he beat him down the wall. The police sliding down the wall, he beat him down the wall. You know, he got a street charge. They take him to court and everything, so he stay in the hole a long time. But for that type of charge right there, they gonna hit you with the bam bam. So they give him time, keep him in the hole a long time. Then, you know, Mecklenburg, that's your final destination in prison. When I was first going in, Mecklenburg's your last stop. You can lay flat and believe that when you get there, they got something for you. They don't care what you did on the street. They don't care what you did in the penitentiary. They got a remedy for you in Mecklenburg. One or the other, they gonna deal with you. So he ended up on Mecklenburg with me. So when he get on Mecklenburg with me, I see him, you know what I say, when I first see him, he's still big and whatnot. Man, by the time he hit that yard, that was probably about 5-6 months, that joker was back in tip-top shape, man. Hey, look, I was like, huh? How you do? He was back in tip-top shape, man. He out there on the yard, he working out, he shadow boxing, you know, he laughing, he enjoying himself, whatever. He done got his swagger back. You know what I'm saying? He done got his swagger back, you know. But before I would leave, he would get his size back. But at that time, he had his swagger back. You know what I'm saying? And he don't put that work in on dudes because they don't know him. See what I'm saying? It's a miscommunication. They don't know him, first of all, and then he foreign, and then he can barely speak. He can barely talk. You know what I'm saying? When you talking to him, be like, yo, Sanchez, what we, huh? Yeah, yo, right. What he say? What you mean? Wait. Okay. He can't really, you know what I'm saying, communicate real well. But if you know him, like me and him, we have been around each other now from different camps, so we see each other. So he'll nod his head a lot and, you know, smile. You know what I'm saying? He know what you're talking about. But if he don't know you and you just be talking to him and you be saying stuff, he be looking at you like this. No English. No English. You know, and he don't want to conversate with you. But man, dudes was mistaking his, you know, his especially when he was heavy. They was mistaking that, man. Because even when he was heavy, he still had the mitts. He still had the mitts. Them skills don't go away. You can get out of shape, whatever. But if you got them skills, they're not going to go away. You can't perform like you perform at top level when you in shape. That's the purpose of dudes getting in shape. So the skills that they have acquired, they can apply them. You can't apply their skills if you not in shape. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a Ferrari. A Ferrari ain't no good if it ain't got the engine in it. You see what I'm saying? So but he can still perform. So you know, dudes getting late messing with him, man. Sanchez done whooped a whole lot of cats, man. He done whooped a whole lot of cats. Now I heard in the times that I won around him, he been on different counts. I heard they put the Bethlehem in him one time. You know what I'm saying? They put the Bethlehem in it because he whooped the dude real bad on another joint, and the dudes, you know, went to the hospital. This, that, and the third. Sanchez go to the hole. When he come back out, his homeboys, you know, they ran down on him, tap, 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 you know, tapped him up a couple times with that Bethlehem. You know what I'm saying? But they say Sanchez was rumbling against that Bethlehem. Couple of dudes, bam, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? But he took them hits. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you don't want to do because you don't know how that's gonna turn out. But they say Sanchez keep it gangster. He don't tell it people, and then he go get passed up. He go to the hole. He come back out, and he put that work in. You see what I'm saying? So he's a warrior now. Don't get it twisted. He bought that life. You know what I'm saying? The failure to communicate and the speech barrier and stuff. Wherever he was from in Cuba, they carried raw because that was his mentality. And I don't know what he was locked up for, but I do know for a fact he was far from a sucker. Yeah, he definitely was far from a sucker. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of dudes mistake him as a sucker. Like I told you, the little young dude on Mecklenburg that used to just go to hole, come out, and steal on somebody. You know what I'm saying? He was a little small frame dude. But that's what I don't know what was wrong. He had something going on. He had something going on. Because he was crazy. He would do that to anybody. And he did it to Sanchez one day in the pod. And Sanchez was just sitting in there watching TV, and he came out, mop. Man, they said Sanchez rolled up out that joint and got up off the floor and beat that boy so bad. Man, they said if the police don't get there, they said if the police get there 2-3 minutes later, say dude would have been dead, man. They said Sanchez was just punishing, speaking in tongues too. You know, they said, almost in the pot. He said, man, he said he was hitting him so hard. He said, man, I was holding my face. I said, what? He said, man, them jokes was sounding like. He said, man, it was bone on me, bone on me. I said, good God. But I knew, and dudes that I knew on Mecklenburg or that I ran across, and didn't know him because dudes would look at him and get offended. Dudes would look at him and get offended because he wouldn't speak. And he had a rough look. Dark skin, rough look about him. He always walking like, he had big lips and he like. And you could look right at him like eye to eye and passing or something when you say, but nod your head or something, he'd be like this. And he'll keep it moving. He don't even respond. You see what I'm saying? And if you say something like, hey, Joe, I'm just speaking to you or something, he'd be like, no problem. No problem? Me, do you want a problem? And he said, no problem. But he asking you, do you want a problem? Because he going to rumble. And he going to rumble hard, man. He going to rumble. And he will pick that Bethlehem up as well. You see what I'm saying? A lot of them dudes, just from a different country, man, whether it's Cuba or whatever, man, them dudes, if they like come from that culture where, like wherever they was from too, they you know what I'm saying, it was rough, and even just because they in, man, them dudes I be acting like they don't got nothing to lose. And them Cuban dudes, whether they're a black Cuban or a Cuban, man, they ain't to be played with, dog. They come from over there where they ain't got nothing. They ain't got nothing, man. Dudes told me they be having 16, 17 dudes to a cell, man, that's meant for 2 people. They said, man, some of them dudes be standing up, sleeping on the floor, sleeping beside the toilet. And they say they give them a little thimble of rice and a little thimble of water 3 times a day, man. They say them dudes was over there in the jails and stuff in Cuba, man, weighing 90-something pounds, dog. So to be in prison over here was better than sometimes being in the street or in the jail over there. They say in the street over there, you could only buy certain amount of meat and milk and certain products per month. If the people came in your home on the street and caught you with more than what you were supposed to have, man, then you would get locked up. So prison over here, as bad as it is, was better for some of them on the street, so they can thrive in prison. They thrive in prison. They eating everything that's on that tray, huh? Bulk meat and they crushing all of that. All of that, they eating all of that, man. And see, that's how Sanchez was blowing up, because he'll go in there and beat the deuce, eat 2-3 trays and everything. Police seeing the man getting 2 or 3 trays, they ain't saying nothing to him, especially when he walking around, when he was big and bloated, 340, 330 pounds, dark skin, you know, walking around looking like a, you know, and you can see a little former when he was in shape, but he just big now, looking like a big, halfway muscular, heavy big and small, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, and he's speaking, you know, Spanish. Man, them dudes, they ain't want to say nothing to him. The COs ain't want to say nothing to him. And he had it on his jacket that he done punished COs before. So they really be nervous. They be knowing what's going on, that stuff in your file. So they know he will take off on the CO. So they proceed with caution. You know what I'm saying? They know that stuff be in there briefing. Oh, this dude got on the compound. Look, he's charged with such, he this, that, and the third, but he also has an institutional record where he has assaulted officers. He has sent officers to, you know what I'm saying, to the hospital. So, you know, keep that in mind when dealing with one Sanchez, number, or whatever. Yeah, and they know that stuff. They know that information. So he'll go in there, he'll beat the dudes, he'll eat all that food. You said, I done been in the kitchen before and seen him in there punishing stuff. I done been in the block with him on Mecklenburg where they serve the food in their block, punishing trays. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, when he in shape, he a whole different animal to deal with. His swag is in there. He feel good. He moving good. He bouncing. He shake out all day when he in shape. He jumping rope. He doing push-ups. He doing pull-ups. He jogging the yard. You know, he standing out there shadow boxing it. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't speaking no English. And dudes is walking by him. And he out there shadow boxing. And he looking at him like, you know, no problem? No problem? You want problem? Yeah, he gonna give you some problems. You know what I'm saying? And some dudes that the ego get in the way. Some dudes don't even know that he got them boxing skills. Some dudes you'll see out there working out in shadow boxing, you'll be saying, oh, they just doing that to keep a dude up off of. Oh, no, he not. No, he know that he know how to box. You know what I'm saying? And Cuban is one of the leaders in boxing. They train their boxers, man. They got whole things out there where they train them boxers. They let them boxers, you know, box for their country and for the Olympics and all of that. And that's literally their job over there. They can't even leave. They won't even let them leave. Some of them be wanting to leave and go to America to turn pro to make money. They won't even let them leave. Their country won't let them leave. Their government won't let them leave. And they said Sanchez was over there, man, and he was on the boxing team, man, and he been doing it since he was 5, 6 years old, man. You know, I'm telling you, man, I'm saying he had skills, though. He had skills, though, and he had heart. And those two things, this a hard combination to beat, man. Skill and heart is a hard combination to beat. And then, like I say, coming from where he from Cuba, he probably feel like, man, I don't care, man. You know, I gotta do whatever I gotta do to survive. And he will put that Bethlehem, man. He will punch a CO. He will fight dudes. He will buck on stuff. He'll do all of that. Not even speaking a word of English, but a few. You know what I'm saying? Like, no problem. No problem. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but yeah, Sanchez was different, man. He was different. And like I say, doing time, man, you're going to meet a lot of different type of cats, man. But he stood out to me, man, because, like I say, maybe because of his culture, where he was from. And at that time in my life, to be honest with you, I hadn't even never seen a black Cuban. I didn't know there was black Cubans. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. That's my ignorance. But obviously, you know what I'm saying, they exist, and he was one of them, man. But like I say, he was skilled, and he had a big heart, man, and he done been in all types of altercations. I don't know if he's still locked up or not, but I know I was around him on a couple of different institutions, man. I think Augusta, Mecklenburg, and maybe Greensville. But I know I was with him a different time. But he know me by face, you know what I'm saying? And he know me because I used to box, and he was with the boxing stuff. But yeah, he don't even hardly talk to people, man. He don't even know how to talk to people. If you don't know him or you don't speak Spanish, I'm assuming that's what they be saying. If you don't speak Spanish and nothing like that, he ain't gonna really associate with you because he'd rather speak Spanish than even attempt to try to speak English because he don't speak it that well. He don't know that many words, but he know violence. He definitely know violence. He definitely know that. He will push that Bethlehem. He'll get down on you. He'll straight up take you in the corner. You want to go in the cell or whatever, and he'll give you that work, man. He'll give you that business. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Sanchez was a wild dude, man. He like I say, he's a little different, man. But I definitely remember him. I've heard rumors, you know, that he won't never get out or he was locked up for this, that, or the third. But I don't even repeat those because I don't know that. And I don't even know if the people who put it out there know that, but they always paint a different narrative about you while you're in prison. So I don't really put a lot of stock in that. But all I know is what I seen. All I know is my encounters with him. All I know is dealing with him myself. And dealing with him myself, man, I would clearly say that he definitely a fighter, man. He definitely he ain't going for nothing. You ain't gonna take nothing from him. You gonna take advantage of him. You're not gonna disrespect him. If you disrespect him, it's gonna be to the point where he don't understand what you're saying. But if he understand what you're saying and you say what you say to him, oh, you gonna have a problem. I mean, immediately he gonna deal with you right then and there because, like I said, going to segregation and getting packed up and that don't faze them. They've been through worse from where they come from, so it don't faze them. So when you dealing with somebody who ain't scared, the hold is really the only punishment that the administration got for you. They can give you some more time, or they can put you in the hold. When you get to the point where you can function in the hold just as well as you function out on population, then the hold, going to the hold don't mean nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? Mostly it affects dudes who go to the hold because they can't call their family. They can't get contact visits. They can't watch TV. You know, the small vices that they used to get them comfort while they doing time. But you got dudes who mastered that they don't need nothing. They ain't got to watch TV. I know dudes who got TV in their cell don't watch the TV at all. They just got it. If they choose to cut it on, they'll cut it on. I know dudes that don't get visits at all. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just different things. It depends on the level of your discipline. You know what I'm saying? It depends on the level of your discipline. But when you could train yourself where you don't need nothing, where you ain't got no vices, going to the hole is nothing because you still locked up anyway. You still doing time. It ain't nothing if you oh man, what's going on? If you ain't in the sports, man, what's going on with such and such team? Or if you ain't into none of that, or you could just, you know, suppress all of that, the hole don't mean nothing to you. That person is dangerous because they ain't tripping about nothing. They don't feel like they got anything to lose, literally. So it's like it's nothing to them to go to the hole. Like I said, a lot of violence have been, you know, curbed because a dude don't want to go to hole. Dude don't want to stay back and say it for a long time. Dude don't want to deal with going to court. But when you got people who don't care nothing about that and that don't bother them at all, you're dealing with a dangerous individual, man. And Sanchez, whether he could comprehend that or cared about that is unknown. But it was known if you press him, you gonna get some action, man. Yeah, you gonna get some action, and you gonna have to be skilled, and you gonna have to be willing to go all out, cause that's how he coming. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly how he come. And them Cubans and stuff, or whoever he was hanging with, them man, they gonna move with it when he move. He like the leader of that stuff. You know, I used to see him out there teaching them how to box, hold their hand, hold their stance, all of that, because he knew it. You know what I'm saying? He definitely knew it. They say, you know, for a fact, he was on that Cuban boxing team. So yeah, so he knew what he was doing. He knew. And he used to try to give it to the Spanish dudes, man, the ones that talked to him because they spoke his language or whatnot. So he got along with them, man. And he used to be teaching them, you know what I'm saying, how to defend themselves or whatnot. But one thing for certain, it seemed like all the Spanish dudes, they knew how to use that Bethlehem. They understood what that means. They will push that Bethlehem, and you believe that. They was low tolerance. You know what I'm saying? All the ones that I dealt with, especially like they was around, they low tolerance, man. They ain't gonna be doing all that arguing because they don't even understand the language barrier. They gonna pull out, you know what I'm saying, and go to work. And he gonna be leading the pack, man. So man, shout out to Sanchez, man, wherever he at, man. Hope he out, hope he got his liberation. Don't know his status, but it just was something about made me think about him today, man. I just wanted to drop a little bit on y'all about him, man. That just let you know, man, there's all kinds of dudes in prison, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, foreign dudes, you know, different colors, different races, man. It's just where they, you know, house everybody, man. They done broke the law. You know, so you got to imagine, man, you're going to be in a place, man, that's multicultural, and it's going to be just as dangerous here as it would be anywhere else, man. Prison has got to be one of the most dangerous places, man, you can be, because of the many different dynamics that you won't have to deal with, the many different personalities, attitudes, you know, understanding, tolerance. It's crazy, man. So, you know, like I say, man, it's a blessing in every lesson, man, and the blessing is, man, that, you know, when we have to go through things like this, man, we can learn if we survive, and we can share this information, man, and help other people and let other people know it's a position that they never want to find themselves in, man, because I done dealt with many of Sanchez's and all these other dudes that I done told you about, because I had no choice, because that's what prison is. It leaves you no choice but to deal with this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So the blessing is, man, that you out here on the streets, man. Take heed to these messages. Take heed to these stories, man, and understand that, you know, life can get a lot worse for you real fast, man, if you make the wrong decision out here, man. So keep that in mind. In the meantime, in between time, man, y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions, man. I appreciate all of y'all, man. TBP Nation, man, salute. I'm dog tired, man. I've been working day and night, doing this, doing that, taking care of family business, man. So I'm dog tired, man, but I'm here for y'all, man. So, you know, y'all be there for me, man, and like these videos, man, share these videos, and leave me a comment, man. Talk to me. I talk back, even if I'm tired. You dig? I'm going to talk back, man. Y'all be safe out there. Be smart. Make good decisions, man. And boom. Duck them hooks, man. And them crooks. Bam.
The banking special. Yeah. Pure deliciousness. Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.